Doug Jenkins for WLFC doing a little work for the alma mater in the YouTube channel with Barns Courtney in Detroit. Barnsy, you have been touring like a maniac this spring.
Yeah, it's been intense, but I love it. I love touring, man.
You started off out on the West Coast, made the pilgrimage over to the East Coast. What's been the vibe? What's the vibe been like at the concerts?
It's been sweaty, man. It's been sweaty and raucous, and I've been real surprised at the support that I've had on my first headline tour.
Well, a lot of people starting to show up to these shows, and a lot of people singing word for word with every one of your songs. And as an up-and-comer, that's got to feel great.
Yeah, well, especially the singles and the EP. It's just really nice to see that people have listened to the music and then have taken the time to listen to the lyrics as well.
Oh, the EP is great. Of course, the Doldrums came out, was it January? And then Golden Dandelions, the single, just released earlier this month. I heard some of the acoustic versions on YouTube, but the first fully produced version of it, very nice. When you heard it for the first time, what did you think?
I mean, I've worked on that track for so long. I've really slaved on it. I did the first version like over 3 years ago, and I was going to leave it off the record because it just sounded like this real like dancey 2006 sort of pop anthem. But credit to my management and to Leon as well, who plays bass in the band, that when they heard me playing it on acoustic guitar, they said, you got to put that on the record. So I got on with my buddy Sam from my first band, and we spent a long time in his bedroom trying to produce this track, and it was never quite right. And there was so much going on with the band, with the project, that I was pulled from peg to post, like touring from one city to the next. And so I took Sam on the road, and we'd do like, you know, the vocals one day in New York in between promo and gigs, and then the next day we'd do some percussion backstage at a festival, or we'd do like a little bit of the guitar in Austin. And eventually we got it pretty close, but it still wasn't quite right. So I spent some time with my buddy Ollie in London, and this is like version 20. So
we're talking to Barns Courtney on the WLFC YouTube channel. There are a lot of interesting ways to get to your music. I know when I first heard Glitter and Gold, it was during an NBA Finals commercial last year on ESPN. I thought, wow, who is? I got to hear this song. I got to hear the full version of it. And then that got me into everything else that was out there. But then as you start checking around, you find yourself on video games. I think the WWE's had a couple of your songs on there. Is that sort of the new way to get to this new music?
yeah, I think that sync TV and movies is becoming increasingly important in breaking artists, especially when you consider that you know, people are not as focused as they once were. The format for music has changed. They don't go out and buy vinyls and have that ceremonial sit down where they take the plastic off of the outside and have all their friends over to listen to the records. It's much more sporadic. So you'll see bands like Bastille breaking off a car commercial in England. And sync has been very important to helping me get my music out there too. It's almost like another form of radio.
It's all, my friend was describing it to me as MTV back in the day. That's how you kind of got to it. I was playing my kid's baseball game on PlayStation the other day, and Hands came on. And I thought, well, that's awesome.
Yeah, it blows my mind that these tracks that I recorded in my friend's bedroom mostly are like in these crazy things. It's hard to catch up because I've been struggling for like 10 years trying to make things happen, and now all of a sudden everything's all go, and it sets you on the back foot a little bit. You kind of look at it all and you think like, oh my God, is this really happening?
Everything in turbo mode for you now. The tour wraps up at the end of June. Are there some July dates as well? And then what are you off to?
I mean, I just told my management, like, if I've got records out or an album out, just keep me on the road. I don't ever want to be in one place. I don't even rent a house. I don't rent a room. I just live out here, and this is what I should be doing: paying my dues and going from venue to venue, seeing the fans, meeting the fans, and just playing my little tits off.
What's your favorite when you get out in front of the stage? What's been the song that's been getting everybody going? I love Hobo Rocket. You opened with it in Columbus last week. Loved it. The whole show just flowed from there. What gets the crowd moving for you?
I mean, the crowd, I think typically people like stuff that they know. So they love Glitter and Gold. They love Fire. Golden Dandelions, now that it's out, people are starting to get to know that. Yeah, I think every audience, though, is different. So a favorite song for me is always changing and transient. every gig is a new challenge. It's always a different feel and vibe, and you have to work out different creative ways to try and connect with people on a genuine level. And that's why I love being a musician, because it's always different every night.
Of course, Golden Dandelions, you can get that on Spotify and iTunes right now. You can get the rest of the EP there as well, correct?
That's correct.
Make sure you do that. Actually, come out to a show and get the experience, buy the EP. That's what we did last week. We're playing Golden Dandelions in the new music rotation at WLFC. So hopefully you're getting more radio time the more touring you do.
Yeah, well, thank you so much for playing my tunes.